Hello students, the topic of this video is linear differential equation with constant coefficient. Now, first of all, understand what is mean of differential equation. Any equation which contain a derivative that is dependent variable and independent variable, then that equation is called differential equation. And when it become a linear differential equation, whenever the derivative with degree is 1 and the coefficient of derivatives are constant, then that differential equation is become a linear differential equation. Now this is about the definition. So let us begin with the general form of linear differential equation. It is can be written as a0 d raised to n y upon dx raised to n plus a1 d raised to n minus 1 y upon dx raised to n minus 1 plus a2 d raised to n minus 2 y upon dx raised to n minus 2 plus and so on. Plus it is an minus 1 dy by dx plus an y is equal to the f of x. Now in the next line, just common throughout the y variable, and we will obtain in a bracket terms a0 d raised to n upon dx raised to n plus a1 d raised to n minus 1 upon dx raised to n minus 1 plus a2 d raised to n minus 2 upon dx raised to n minus 2 plus so on. It is an minus d by dx plus an, and y is, we are taken, it is common here, and is equal to the f of x. F of x is a function of x. Now this is about the general form of linear differential equation. Now let us see the symbolic form of this differential equation. So for that we use a one operator d. D is stands for differential operator and its value is d by dx. So if we write d is d by dx, then d square is value become d2 upon dx square. Similarly, we can write for d raised to n minus 1 is equal to the d raised to n minus 1 upon dx raised to n minus 1. And lastly, we can able to convert d raised to n upon dx raised to n by d raised to n. So with the help of this differential operator, we can write this above general form in a symbolically form. So here is the value of d raised to n upon dx raised to n is just replaced by d raised to n. Similarly, replace this d raised to n minus 1 upon dx raised to n minus 1 by d raised to n minus 1. Like this way, you can replace the value of d by dx by d and plus an as it is and y term as it is and f of x also as it is. So we obtain a very symbolically form and simple form. So for this bracket term, the whole bracket term, we just denoted it is by phi of d, this whole bracket value only, except this y term, we can only replace the value of this bracket by phi of d. Phi of d, that is a function of d. It is a polynomial, nth order polynomial in terms of d. So this phi of d is just denoted for this polynomial, nth order polynomial in terms of d. So we will obtain a two simple form of LD. It is phi of d into y is equal to the f of x. So this is a general form of linear differential equation. So students, if you remember this formula, then it is to understand how to find the solution. So our main purpose of this video is to find the solution, that is the value of y. The general solution of LDE, the general solution of GS, that is general solution of LD, is a consisting of a two parts. It is consisting of a two parts which is depending on the value of f of x. So depending on the value of f of x, so there are two possibilities of the f of x values. It may be a 0 or it may be a not 0. That means it is something, a function value. So they, depending on this values of f of x, we will obtain the two solutions. So let us begin with which kind of the solution we will obtain. First point, is f of x is equal to the 0. That means we are consider the function is 0, then equation A has a solution. So if we put f of x is 0 in this general form, then we will obtain this formula phi of d, y is equal to the 0. And this is again a differential equation. And students, understand every differential equation has a solution. Then similar way, we can say that this is the equation. So it has definitely a solution. So that solution, that exists solution is known as complementary function. The whatever we are calculating the solutions, and that solution is known as complementary function. And here is one concept is arise. If phi of dy is equal to the 0, then what this implies? It implies that this phi of d is equal to the 0. And this is called a auxiliary equation. Now, second possibility about the function f of x is that it may not be a 0. That means something value is given. It may be a constant or it may be a function. Then the equation, then similar way we can say that every equation has a solution. So this equation must has a solution, and that solution is known as particular integral. Whenever a function is not equal to the 0, then again we will obtain as it is our this differential equation, and it has a solution, and that solution is called a particular solution. So if we combine both the possibilities together, then we will obtain a general solution. Then it is obtain a general solution of this LD can be written as y is equal to the CF, that is complementary function, plus PI, that is particular integral. So solution, the general solution of LD can be written in this form. It is y is equal to the CF complementary function plus PI particular integral. Student, in this video, we only focus on the complementary function. So how to find the complementary function value? So for that, let us begin with our next point, that is complementary function. When complementary function is obtained whenever the function f of x is to be treated as 0. That means f of x value is 0. Then equation is 0. F of x value we will put here, it is 0. So we will obtain the next line, phi of d is equal to the 0. And here is a one concept arise about the auxiliary equation. So phi of d, that is, it is nth order polynomial. If we equate to them 0, then it become a equation, and it is known as auxiliary equation. So I'm writing below here, it is phi of d value. This is the nth order polynomial. Now every polynomial has a roots. It may be a contain in terms of real, or it may be a imaginary number, that means complex number. Every polynomial has a roots. Roots may be in terms of real, or it may be in terms of complex number. So here is, we are consider the roots are exist, and it is denoted by m1, m2, m3, and up to it is mn. So student, you have to always remember the degree of polynomial, it indicate the number of the roots. The degree of polynomial, it indicates the number of roots. That is, the is exactly now, depending on this nature of the roots, depending on the nature of roots, there are the 4 different cases to find the complementary function. Let us come to the first cases 1. Roots are real and distinct. So first possibility is roots may be a real, or it may be a distinct. That means real and distinct. They are different from each other. Consider that roots is denoted by m1, m2, and m3. So there are the 3 roots of phi of d is equal to the 0. So why? So y is can be written as c1 e raised to m1x plus c2 e raised to m2x plus c3 e raised to m3x. So student, here I'm also writing y is equal to the yc. Yc, it stands for complementary function. The notation is used yc for the complementary function. So it is value of yc can be written as c1 e raised to m1x. So first root, it required the one constant c1, and second root, it required a next constant c2. Third root is required a third constant c3. So student, always remember the number of roots is equal to the number of arbitrary constants. Here is three roots, so here is three constants to is required to write the solution, and they are written in a separate form. That means they are look like in a distinct form. Let us jump on an example so you can understand how to apply this case 1 to find the complementary function. Example is y double dash plus y dash minus 2y is equal to the 0. So y double dash, it means a second order derivative. Y dash, it means a first order derivative. So we use a differential operator to write in a symbolically form. So this second order derivative is replaced by d2, and the first order derivative is replaced by d and minus 2, and y is take outside is equal to the 0. So observe here, it is f of x is 0, then we will obtain only a complementary function solution. Now compare if it is equation with the general form of LD, it is a phi of d into y is equal to the 0, then we will obtain an auxiliary equation, that is phi of d is equal to the d square plus d minus 2 equal to the 0. Now this is a second order polynomial. So you can able to find the roots with the help of the formula. Formula is minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2. This is a most popular formula to find the roots of quadratic equation. Second way is with the help of the calculator, you can find the roots directly. And third is the way to find the roots is that a synthetic division method. So synthetic division method, you can able to find the roots, and roots are the minus 2 and it is 1. Minus 2 and it is 1. So it is a real and distinct. So roots are real and distinct. So look at here, the order of this differential equation is 2. So number of roots are 2. Now, how to write the complementary function? So for that, it is a 2, number of roots are 2. So 2 constants we will require. So we can able to write here complementary function in this form. C1 e raised to minus 2x can be written in a separate form. So it is a first case only whenever the roots are real and distinct. Now come to the second case. Roots are real and repeated. Roots are real and repeated. So again consider here, there are three roots, m1, m2 and m3, and first two roots are equal. So I'm consider here it is first two roots are equal, m1 and m2. And third root, it is a different, that means it is distinct value, which is not equal to the previous roots. So these are the roots of a auxiliary equation, phi of d is equal to the 0. That time we can write y c, that means complementary function in this form. The form is that inside a bracket c1 x raised to the 0 plus c2 x raised to the 1, and it is e raised to m1x plus c3 e raised to m3x. Now student, here two roots, first two roots are equal, so I am combining the constant terms in a bracket, and only one term of e raised to, it is either can be written as m1x or it can be written as m2x also. Both are the equal, and this third root are distinct, so it write separately c3 e raised to m3x. Now inside bracket, it is two constants are included and with the power of x. So start from x raised to the power 0, and in the next term it is power of x raised to the 1. That means the power of x is going on increasing. So you can also write in this form C1, no need to write x raised to the 0, that means its value is 1, and x raised to the 1 it is 1. So you can write directly also it is C1 plus C2x e raised to m1x, and this is third root for C3 e raised to m3x. Now take one more possibilities so you can understand how to write CF. So I'm consider here the all three roots are equal. These are m1, m2, m3s are equal, three roots of this phi of d. So you can write a complementary function in this form. Now three roots are equal, so write in bracket three constants c1 plus c2 plus c3 with the x raised to the power term. So in the first term, it is x raised to the power is 0. In the second term, x raised to the power is 1. And in the third term, x raised to the power is 2. That means the power of x is increasing. And into e raised to m1x. m1, m2, m3s are the equal. So we can write e raised to m1x here. Now, let us see the one example so you can understand clearly about this second case. Now, example is here d square minus 2d plus 1 y is equal to the 0. Now this is a most popular equation, so you can able to find the factors of this. It is d minus 1 bracket square. It is a perfect square of d minus 1. So square is indicate that the roots are repeated twice time. So here it is d value is 1, and it is again one more time write 1 because it is bracket raised to the 2. So here is degree is 2, so number of roots are 2. The nature of roots are real and distinct, so we can write y is equal to the yc is equal to the inside bracket c1 plus c2x, and it is e raised to 1x. Number of roots are 2, so we required two arbitrary constants. So we can write like this way, the yc for real and repeated. Now come to the case number 3. The case number 3 is for roots are imaginary and distinct. Third possibility is for imaginary and distinct. Let d be the considered as a complex number, and complex number is can be written as alpha plus I beta. And students, complex number is always appeared with conjugate pair. So if we write a first root, it is alpha plus I beta, then second root must be the exist, it is alpha minus I beta. So this is a complex conjugate pair. These are the roots. Then we can write yc in this form. That means a solution of y. It is e raised to alpha x into bracket c1 cos beta x plus c2 sin beta x. Now here is number of roots are 2. These are the distinct, not equal. So here is number of roots are 2. So we require two constants c1 and c2. Now students, alpha is a real part of complex number and beta is an imaginary part of this complex number. Student, always you have to consider beta value with plus sign. Alpha values may be a positive or may be a negative, or maybe it is sometimes 0 also. So you can write yc for this complex number is e raised to alpha x into bracket a c1 cos beta x plus c2 sin beta x. Now let us see the one example. Y double dash minus 2y dash plus 10y is equal to the 0. So we can write in a symbolically form with the help of d operator. I already told you how to write. Just replace second order derivative by d square and first order derivative by d, and y is take outside. So we will obtain a auxiliary equation. Auxiliary equation is phi of d is equal to the 0. So phi of d is here d square minus 2d plus 10 and roots are a complex, and it is written in this form 1 plus minus 3i. If one root is plus, then in a complex number always the complex conjugate exists. So it is 1 minus 3i. So here alpha value is 1 and beta value is 3. So we write a complementary function in this form: e raised to alpha x, e raised to alpha x into bracket c1, beta value is 3, so it is cos 3x plus c2 sin 3x. Now come to the fourth case, that means a fourth possibility, and the nature of roots are imaginary and repeated. So consider the roots are alpha plus minus I beta, and second next root is also similar, it is alpha plus minus I beta, and it is a complex root. Now students, first always complex number appeared with conjugate pair, the same roots appeared also in conjugate pair, so it look like appeared twice time, so it is a repeated imaginary numbers. So that time how to write a complementary functions? So look at the formula here, it is e raised to alpha x. Only first one time you have to write function e raised to alpha x. Alpha is common in a both the roots, and beta is always a with positive sign, and it is a common here beta term in a both roots. So it is e raised to alpha x, and inside bracket c1 plus c2 x cos beta x plus c3 c4 x into sin beta x. Now here is number of roots are 4, so 4 constants is involving in a YC. So you have to remember this formula to write the YC for imaginary and repeated. Now let us take next example. Example is d square plus 2d square. Example is d raised to 4 plus 2d square plus 1 is equal to the into y is equal to the 0. Now auxiliary equation is d raised to 4 plus 2d square plus 1 is equal to the 0. Now it is a perfect square of d square plus 1 bracket square. So roots are here, we can able to say that it is bracket square, it indicate that the roots are appear twice time, and if we take bracket d square plus 1 and equate to them 0, we will obtain a root plus minus I. So it is only one time plus minus I, and due to the bracket square we have to again write the next root similar root, it is plus minus I. So here is plus minus I is a one root and is a two roots, and second is similar root is exists, so it is a type of imaginary and repeated roots. So here is alpha value is 0 and beta value is 1. Just put this alpha and beta value into this formula. The formula is yc is equal to the e raised to 0x into bracket c1 plus c2 x cos x plus c3 plus c4 x sin x. So like this way student, you can able to find the complementary function of any differential given equation. I hope all of you understand how to find the complementary function of the given linear differential equation. Thank you students.